Hi, my name is Chris Bullock. I'm the owner of the Wandering Bull. You can jump on our website, wanderingbull.com, and certainly look us up on Facebook. We're here today to talk about painting on rawhide, painting on brain-tanned leather. Also, we're going to use the powdered pigment paint that we sell. I sell green, blue, white, black, and red. So I'm going to use those, incorporate those today, show you how they are applied, different techniques to use that with as well. But first, I want to talk about this Naskapi jacket. The jacket is a combination of Naskapi, Montagnier, and Cree. Those people all occupied the upper St. Lawrence Peninsula, and they would create jackets like this, copied after the French military officer's jacket. This one is made of brain-tanned buffalo. The Montagnier people would use caribou, which was their local material. When I created this jacket, I did not have a caribou, so I used what I had. The base is brain-tanned bison. The sleeves are brain-tanned deer hide. They apply the paint with a series of tools, and we'll talk about the tools, but you can see the series of lines running down the back. This tool and other tools were what they used to apply the paint. Basically take the tool, rub it into the paint, and then draw the tool down, rub it in the paint again, draw it down again. So these jackets, 1725, there's some earlier examples that very few have survived. And up to like 1825, they're still making them today, but like 1825, they slowed down the production. They were not as elaborately painted. So it has evolved over time. This is the back of the jacket, the arms with the cuff, the back collar. I'll spin this guy to the front. And I have the sash around the waist. There were no buttons or ties, so it was worn with a sash to keep it closed. This portion here that runs down the front is more from the western part of that area, and those are the Cree people that occupied that area, and this is more typical of those people and what they were doing for design and artwork. I want to talk about this trunk here. So this trunk is rawhide, and it's bison, and it was painted when it was all laid flat, cut out, and then constructed into this form. Basically, the paint is applied, rubbed in, repainted, rubbed again. When you're painting on rawhide, you want to do it when the rawhide is wet. You want the rawhide to absorb the paint that you're using. So by rubbing it in and using a bone tool to work that paint in, or a stone, you would see old collections of stones and bone painting tools that would still have paint remnants on them. And they were used for painting on leather, painting on rawhide. You want that hide to absorb that paint, not sit on the surface. Over time, it tends to flake off. This is painted on the flesh side of the hide. The inside of the trunk would be where the hair follicles would be. The hair follicles are scraped off in that same process. Gives it this nice white look. So rawhide containers were used by the Plains people for food storage, clothes storage. These are trunks, and the Lakota people would make trunks in pairs, sit around the base of the teepee, and they would be for food storage and basically your belongings. When you're packing up camp, you load these trunks onto the travois of the horse and, move off to a different camp. So these are the powdered pigments that we offer for sale at the Wandering Bull. Black, white, green, gold, blue, and the red. They can be applied dry as is, but there's no fix-it. They will basically, the pigment will slowly It's a chalk-based pigment. So it's a powder form. And over time, it would continue to just dry and flake off. So you need a binder. Out west, you have prickly pear, cactus juice that would work as a binder, fish glue, egg white, Elmer's glue, are all something that would basically make that powdered paint permanent. I also have some acrylic paint. That is easy to use. You don't need that binder. You could paint on the leather. You could paint on rawhide with the acrylic paint. You want to still do the same process. Rub that paint into that hide or into that rawhide. You want that hide to absorb whatever paint you're using. But we're going to concentrate on the powdered paints. So here's a little color swatch I did. And you can see here, these are the colors that we sell. They have been applied with Elmer's glue. So I mixed Elmer's glue, water, and the paint. And you can see it's not going to run, it's not going to move. Where these other samples do not have that glue or that binder in it. So they're going to continue just to flake off over time. With the Elmer's glue or the egg yolk, you'll see how we can make that paint permanent. It's easy to use and go from there. So the egg, I'm basically I want to use the egg white. We're going to discard the yolk. So we'll work with the red since I have it open right here. I'm going to just dab a little bit into my tray. I have water in here, and I have egg white in here. So I'm basically going to work my paintbrush into both of them and then mix it into the paint. The water will make the egg white move around a little bit. The egg white will make the glue. See how pasty it's turning out right now? So we went from the powder and now it's in a paint form. So here's a piece of braintanned bison fur on that side. This is the flesh side. It's a little dry. I want to add some more water to it. I still want to work this powdered pigment to the same consistency as I would use the acrylic paint. So that's it. And once that dries, it will be fairly permanent. If you soak it again, the egg white will soften over time, but for the most part, it will stay as is. If you wanted to rub it in, here's a nice little bone tool. That was in the shape of, I'll apply it right to that bone tool. That's what we have. So imagine a whole lot of paint all the way around. You can see on this was a practice piece for using this tool and for dragging it. The different colors were applied at different times to give you that look. You can see on the jacket, that tool was applied twice in here with green paint and then gold paint. And then all the other bone tools were once again applied for single lines. It was also used as well. So now we have red. The blue actually darkens up very nice. So you want to mix the two together. We'll take some of the red, take some of the blue. So a light shade of purple. Once again, just a little bit of water. So if I wanted to thin that out, I basically just water on my brush, work that back and forth to what you want. Happy painting. Thanks a lot. This is Chris at The Wandering Bull. Check out the website, wanderingbull.com, and the Facebook page. Thank you.